Vampyr is a game with wasted potential. The game starts off well, but it quickly falls off a cliff. It's the game is kind of set up in a way where there's different districts, and you get introduced into each district through I think chapters. There's different chapters, and you get to a point where you basically have to stop each district from falling into chaos. But the game makes it almost impossible to keep each district from basically falling into chaos because the way the game is set up is that you need to embrace people in order to level up, and you need to level up in order to be able to take on certain enemies and progress in the game. So essentially, you kind of have to view the game as like a chess piece where you have to choose certain targets you're going to embrace from each district, and you have to embrace them. And whilst doing that, you have to try and keep the district from falling into chaos. But every time you embrace a certain character, it brings it increases the chances of the district falling into chaos. So a really, really kind of ridiculous system there. Um, Also, what else is there? Yeah, combat sucks. Combat sucks. Once again, in another game. It's clunky. I didn't mind the kind of, the energy bar where like, you do two or three attacks and then you're out of energy. But the problem is, there's, I don't think there's any real way to increase this. I don't think. Especially earlier on in the game when you're fighting higher level enemies, you really need to be able to hit these enemies more than just two or three times, more like five or six. Otherwise, what happens is, the fights just end up getting dragged out, and um, it gives the enemies more opportunity to take you out because if you hit the enemy and you don't back off and like or you use up all your energy and you have to wait for it to recharge, you're basically exposed completely, and yeah, you're basically just gonna get taken out. Yeah, really bad. Also, I thought the story was interesting, but that's another section of the game that falls off a cliff, and that happens all over the game. There's really really good things that have a lot of promise, but then they fail to really deliver. And so yeah, I'll probably say maybe the first half of the game was pretty good. This in terms of story, but after that the game just ends up chasing its own tail, and it just becomes really boring really quickly. And to finish this off, the characters weren't really that interesting. I think one of the female characters, I think she was like a vampire. I thought she was cool. I was really invested in her, but obviously her character arc kind of divulges into stupidness, and so yeah, not many great things about this game. Lots of promise, of course, but doesn't really deliver. That's about it.